I want to pivot to talking about a space that you spend a lot of time in, cybersecurity. We saw this week that OpenAI is acquiring a company called PromptFoo. Is this a company that you have followed?
Yes, we follow the red teaming vulnerability space very intensely. Cyber is a big area of focus for me. I was fortunate to have been invested in Palo Alto Networks and been on the board there for 6 years. What I'll tell you is the bell has rung and the race has begun. Open AI and cybersecurity are in a collision course. And to me, OpenAI buying PromptFoo should send shivers down the spine of all cyber companies and other AI models because they are showing they are here to play and they're here to win. I think it's a great move by OpenAI.
Shivers down their spine. Say more about that. What do you mean?
Well, I just think that when Claude released their product a few weeks ago, you saw cybersecurity companies take a hit. At that point, it was much more sort of a, hey, this is how Claude code could be applied. Uh, but they didn't really have, they didn't actually launch out with more detail. What OpenAI is doing is, they are really committing to this cybersecurity journey and they're showing that they're going to acquire. I actually think that it means that AI companies are going to start acquiring cyber. So cyber and AI is a pad trade. Every time AI happens, you increase the surface area and you increase the market for cyber. Also, bad guys can use AI faster than the good guys can. So for both things, I think AI is a huge tailwind for cyber. But now what OpenAI is saying is not only are we going to build it, but we're also going to potentially acquire you. So I do think that the race has begun and it's going to be a very interesting time to see how cyber companies deal with this AI threat.
Can you explain to us at a very high level what OpenAI is trying to build with its frontier offering and then how this fits into that?
So I have to say my bias. We are one of the largest investors in Anthropic. We are an Anthropic shop.
Okay.
So I spend a
Well,
lot more
thank you for
time.
being candid.
So my guess is OpenAI is catching up. I mean, OpenAI didn't realize how big coding was going to be. Claude took a very early lead. OpenAI is now going with Codex and trying to catch up. And I think one of the things they realized is that cyber is going to be, and especially Claude has been, they just published a week ago, maybe 2 days ago, about all the vulnerabilities they found in browsers, right? And so OpenAI is trying to have an answer to that. And I think their answer is to acquire PromptFoo so they can start having that cyber functionality built into their model.
And I am curious. I mean, so you are an investor in Anthropic. So just help me understand the AI cybersecurity landscape at large. You mentioned you're watching to see more acquisitions. What pockets of cybersecurity should we be watching for?
So I think what AI is going to be really good at is in identifying vulnerabilities. So in essence, already Claude has shown that. I think OpenAI is showing that. And so the opportunity for cyber companies is that once AI identifies vulnerabilities, how can you patch them and remediate them? One of the areas we've been spending a lot of time in is just thinking about how do you do automatic remediation. I think the holy grail for cyber is can you automatically remediate your vulnerabilities in 0 days? We've been very fortunate to back some amazing companies, including Zaffron, that actually help in using AI to automatically remediate your vulnerabilities.
Hmm. I want to turn to a third deal that we are watching
There's
this
a lot
week.
of
So
news today, Akash. What's going
I know
on?
you are our deals correspondent today, Venky. So thank you for playing ball with us. So we had the Axios report this morning that Meta has acquired MoltBook and that they're bringing on the founders that worked on MoltBook. MoltBook, of course, was that agent based social network that sort of took Silicon Valley by storm. And we of course saw that Peter Steinberger from OpenClaw was hired by OpenAI.
Yeah.
I mean, I just wondered what you thought here. Meta. We're still waiting to see what comes out of their super intelligence lab. We saw OpenAI with working on Sora and their social network. How are you thinking about this?
Well, what I'm thinking about is that 2026 is going to be the year of agents, right? I mean, if you know, remember earlier this year, Meta also bought Manus, which is this sort of Chinese Singaporean company based out of Singapore that does a bunch of agentic software. With this acquisition, I think Meta is going all in. Now, I might wonder, like, is Mark quite as happy as Alexander Wang on safe superintelligence. Seems like, he's sending a signal that he wants to diversify his bets, but he's
Well,
telling
but
very short.
he posted that photo though. Let's not forget. Did you see the
Uh,
photo on
I
Threads?
no, I didn't. Okay, so I'm a Twitter guy, so
Okay, okay. Well, let's just there were some rumors online of a rift between Mark and Alexander Wang, and he posted a photo on Threads, him smiling as wide as could be with Alexander Wang, saying, "Don't worry, guys, it's everything's okay." So
I definitely know Alexander is going to be smiling after that deal. So I'm glad Mark is also smiling. But coming back to MoltBook, I do think that what Meta is telling you is this is the year of agents. Essentially, agentic frameworks is going to take over, and he is trying to. I mean, I give him look. I for me, Mark and Meta, they're never out. I think he is committed, and he's going to make AI work at Meta. And in some ways, he's got both the capacity to compute and the capital to go out and try to do this. And I think this is another step in his direction of building that AI arsenal at Meta.
right, great. Well, Venky, I want to thank you for coming on. That is Venky Ganesan, a partner at Menlo Ventures here on TI TV.